Joe Budden's being a complete fraud, a complete cornball, and showing the utmost beta male instinct, fake capping, fake putting on a cape that I ever seen. He looked real bad yesterday, what he did, and everybody saw right through it. Men and women called him out on his hypocrisy. Now, in case you guys don't know, most people know about the incident that happened with Michael B. Jordan. And Michael B. Jordan saw this woman by the name of Laurel. I didn't even know who the heck she was. But, I decided to, see what was going on. And apparently they were classmates. And Michael B. Jordan remembered her. And he basically outed her for saying, you know, oh, yeah, yeah, we go back. We went to school together. We went to high school together. And he said, yeah, you call me corny. Now she tried to say, well, that wasn't me. And no, it's a misquote. And he was like, yeah. And he didn't double down on it. Now she tried to say it wasn't her, but, images popped up of her and some lady that called herself Dominique the Diva, a lame within her own right, who, showed her ignorance, which a lot of black women show pertaining to certain things. Now, this is a whole different subject. This is one of these subjects you have to spread out because basically this is just an even bigger problem in our community. The disconnect that black men have with black women, and the whole thing about Michael B. Jordan and being called corny, and the whole thing about the thug mentality, and it all ties in from everything to passport bros. All this is connected from accountability. First of all, when I was listening to Laurel, and by the way, I'm gonna get to what Joe Budden said. You defended a person that you kicked out of a pool party. From what I heard on Love and Hip Hop, you kicked her out of a pool party. So now all of a sudden you want to cap. But Joe Budden's, he was cloud chasing, and he got called out on it, and he looked just as stupid as Laurel did. First of all, people got to understand something, and I'm gonna really dive deep into this. I understand where Michael B. Jordan was coming from. He had every right. Now all of a sudden you want to talk to me, you want to holler about you went to school with me. You trying to cling on to that, acting like me and you cool. But when I was in school, you didn't respect me. You was disrespecting me. You made fun of me because I was the dude that was trying to come up and acting. I wasn't a street dude. I wasn't out there, and that's this thing. The whole street mentality, the whole Pookie and Ray Ray mentality that a lot of black women have. And that's why when I be hearing them talking all that stuff about what type of man they want, they just go in one ear out the other, because black women do not want men. They do not want men that respect themselves. Black women a lot of times are bullies, and they want to try to bully men. They want to be the man in the relationship. Black women a lot of times cannot handle alpha males. They like beta males. And they like Pookie and Ray Rays when Pookie and Ray Rays are beta males pretending to be alpha males. So that's why when I hear black women talking to junk, they talk, I just, a lot of times don't pay attention to them, because I can call black women out on their hypocrisy day in and day out. I could do a 36-hour video on the hypocrisy of black women and how they always love to play the victim and try to point anything that go wrong in their life on black men. And that's just fact, because I've lived through this stuff, and this isn't a stream to attack black women, but at the same time, I have to hold black women accountable on certain things. And that's the problem. They don't want to be held accountable. Like I say, victimization. They always trying to play the victim. Everybody does them wrong. Everybody mistreats them. And like I said, to be honest with you, a Pookie and Ray Ray is really created by a black woman for the most part, because a black woman really don't want the man around. They want to be the man and the woman, and they want to get all the credit. They will talk about how they don't have a father around and he's not around. Well, you chose that dude. You chose to lay down with that dude. A lot, like I say, I've seen way too many times where black women don't want average dudes. A dude that go to work, respect himself, try to respect them as a woman. They call him soft. They call him weak. He's too nice. I like a little excitement. And that's it. Like I said, most of these black women, the same way we talk about Pookie and Ray Ray, a lot of these black women are Keisha's and Riri's. The polar opposite of Pookie and Ray Ray. Now, the only advantage a lot of times that these Keisha and Riri's have over black men, I will say this much. A lot of them are educated. They'll try to act like, they this woman that have high moral standards and stuff, and they got all these degrees and all this stuff. But a lot of times they like to date the Pookie and Ray Rays because they think to a certain degree they can control them. A lot of times black women don't like a man that can challenge them intellectually. They call them boring. So I understand exactly where Michael B. Jordan was coming from. Exactly. Because I went through that stuff. I went through that stuff in the streets. Oh, I don't like dudes that work. I like D-boys, all that kind of stuff. Oh, I don't like dudes that join. I don't like, I don't respect dudes that, serve in the military. That's the white man's army and all that kind of stuff. One of the biggest mistakes that I made is not joining the military. My stepdad served in the military. He was in the National Guard. He retired, all this stuff. I was running to rapping in the streets, and I was going to join the military. And my mother found out. She threatened to divorce my stepdad and all that kind of stuff. And so if you take my son to join the military, I'm going to divorce you. And I just told him, you know what, forget it. And then I ended up falling by the waistline, getting caught up in the streets, doing all kind of stuff. But that's neither here or there. But what Joe Buttons did was weak. That was some sucker stuff that he did where he called himself trying to attack Michael B. Jordan, and the hypocrisy of this dude. All the stuff he's sitting up saying that you shouldn't have, telling Michael B. Jordan, hey man, that was weak. That was corny what you did. You shouldn't have did L'Oreal like that. Well, first of all, L'Oreal sat up there. She was clout chasing herself, trying to act like they was buddies when they made fun of him. People got to understand, black men have feelings just like everybody else, but that's the thing. And shout out to my boy, World Combat Sports. We didn't have them conversations. I done talked to Big Mike about this. I done talked to a lot of other people. The thing is with the black man, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to that brother. The black man, we just have to take it. We're never allowed to defend ourselves. Everybody is allowed to disrespect us. And we're just supposed to sit up there, smile, and be like, okay. We just have to take it. We can't defend ourselves. We can't defend ourselves against women. We can't defend ourselves against the common enemy. We can't defend ourselves. Yeah, we just turn the other cheek, pray about it, all that stuff. They always tell us to do that. But then as soon as you say something about somebody else, everybody hollering about they offended, they want an apology. But then when we ask for an apology, oh man, you guys are too emotional. Vicente Fox many years ago said, oh, we take the jobs that blacks don't want. People asked for an apology. He didn't want to apologize. But then let a black person say something about somebody. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Just like Kyrie Irving. Everybody went to Kyrie Irving over a tweet. Didn't say nothing. But hey, They allowed to show emotion. They allowed to be offended. But when it comes to us, you guys, oh, you guys are too emotional. And everybody get to say that towards us. The biggest problem with black people is having a hamburger helper hand, thinking everybody is cool with us. No, people like the stuff that we create, and they like our swag. They like our coolness. Yeah, they want to duplicate it, but they don't like the people that's creating it or coming up with it. We don't have no allies, and that's just real talk. Way too many times I've seen this stuff. Like I said, people love to copy black people and steal from black people, but that don't mean they like black people. And I done told black people, and I'm going to continue to say that. And that's just real talk. Way too many times I see this stuff. Like I said, too many times. And is it too many times? People got to understand what's been done to us. This stuff is being did to us and been done to us on purpose. No household has been damaged more than the black household. No group of people have more disdain and distrust and animosity, hatred, anything negative that you could think of than the black community. And that's fact, and that's unfortunate. Our minds is warped. But like I said, we've been told through whatever, through religion, through it, nobody has been damaged through psychological warfare more than black people. From Willie Lynch to Jim Crow, all that kind of stuff. Us. So that's just real talk. So I understand exactly what Michael B. Jordan was feeling when he saw that chick. Oh, now you want to talk to me. But you made me feel bad because I guess I wasn't a high roller. I wasn't in the streets banging and slanging and all that kind of stuff. And it's always been this thing. We the only people where our community, where our women define us by the wrong stuff we do. I don't hear no Asian women talking about I want a man with some thug in him. Oh, he in the military, he doing right. He getting it in the military, or he got a good job. I don't like him. He boring. Do you know how backwards that is? And this is only in our community. And I don't want to hear that it's done in other communities. It's us. I see it. I see it every day. I've saw it all my life. I've been on this planet 48 years. I've seen it. Michael Jordan needed to let off some steam because, like I said, I see that every day. Even when I was in the streets, I never looked down on the brothers that didn't want to be in the streets. I applauded them. I always encouraged them to stay in school. Do you become a lawyer, become a doctor? Because you know what? I may need you one day. Black women don't like them kind of dudes. Now, when they, have 4 babies by, you know what I'm saying, by 5 different men. And what I mean, 4 babies by 5 different men. Well, one of those babies might have 2 possible fathers because they don't know. And then, like I said, these will be the same women that'll wait till they 35 and then have the audacity to say, oh, now I want a regular dude to help me raise my 5 kids by, you know what I'm saying, by 5 different men or 6 different men or 7 different men. But then they'll say, well, where the daddies at? Oh, they ain't around. And they'll say, oh, they all no good. Oh, really? Or when you say, why you got 5 kids by 5 different men? Oh, I got fooled. You got tricked. I didn't heard women tell me that. Oh, I got fooled. So you got fooled 5 times. No, you didn't get fooled. Them the type of dudes you like. I didn't heard. So I understand where Michael B. Jordan was coming from. Chicks like L'Oreal thinking, maybe the dudes that play football and basketball, the cool dudes. The educated brother was never cool. He was never idolized and looked upon as a role model. So a lot of the psychological damage that's been done to black men has came through our women, whether y'all want to take accountability or not. And that's just real talk. He had every right to say something to that lady. He had every right to humiliate her the same way she was humiliating him, saying, oh, he used to keep portfolio pictures of him. Yeah, because he saw a future for himself in acting. And like I said, L'Oreal was she was clout chasing, and it went wrong. Probably if she wouldn't have said that she went to school with him, but he knew who she was, because I could tell how he was looking at her. He said, oh yeah, I remember you. And for people that's sitting up attacking Michael B. Jordan, of course you are. Of course you attacking, because Michael B. Jordan ain't supposed to say nothing. He ain't never supposed to say nothing. Because us black men, we ain't supposed to have a spine. We ain't supposed to have, they want every black person to act like Terry Crews. Terry Crews got all them muscles, but he the biggest softy I ever seen in my life. He is a disgrace. He is an embarrassment to black men. Nobody should respect Terry Crews. That man let some dude feel on him, and he didn't do nothing about it. But he turned the other cheek. But like I say, that's what they throw at us, brothers. Like I said, we're not allowed to defend ourselves against anybody. And this is why people are starting to walk all over us. This is why people that you wouldn't even think would be disrespecting us is disrespecting us. First of all, 20, 30 years ago, man, no agents wasn't disrespecting us. They knew better. And neither was these Mexicans, neither was these Arabs, neither was these Indians. They all be trying to disrespect us now. But but us black people, we quick to have animosity towards each other. We quick to want to ride on each other. But the people, we quick to want to check each other. But the people we should be checking, we always giving them a pass. Do you know how weird that is? But that's the mentality, because that's what we've been conditioned to believe. Shout out to, like I said, this is our upbringing. This is our upbringing, and that the damage. And I'm sorry, black women, y'all gonna get this work. So like I said, I had no problem with Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan did. That was his chance. And all this stuff about him dating white women, well, whatever. I'm gonna talk about that later on. I'm gonna talk about that later on. That's neither here or there for right now. But L'Oreal, first of all, getting to Joe Buttons. Like I said, Joe Buttons, that was the biggest sucker move I ever see. Joe Budden got some nerve. He's sitting up saying that Michael B. Jordan shouldn't be arguing with a chick. Wait a minute. Wasn't you just arguing with Vivica A. Fox about something she said, which said about you? Don't you got a history of getting into it with then trying to say black women? Don't you got a history of getting into it with black women? Wasn't you accused of beating a pregnant woman to the point to where she had a miscarriage? But you sitting up there trying to call yourself trying to scold Michael B. Jordan. Dude, is you serious? You hypocrite, you fraud, you captain, you cornball, you fake clout chaser. And I'm glad everybody was ripping Joe Buttons to shreds. That dude had his nerve. I can't really talk like how I want to talk for right now. I got to be cool. I'm giving y'all the PG version. I got to be cool. I'm trying not to. But I'm just saying, Joe Buttons, the hypocrisy of that, the nerve of that, for real. Like my boy Scott, the nerve of that light-skinned cornball. The only cornball is you. You a one-hit wonder. Every other song you put out said Pump It Up, which, by the way, Pump It Up wasn't really that good of a song when I found out what it was about. Actually, Pump It Up is really about beating your meat. You a one-hit wonder. You never made anything that was hot afterwards. You a cornball New Jersey rapper. You can't even hold the fire to Red Man or Tretch. Or you ain't even better than Queen Latifah. Yeah, for real. You ain't even better than Shaq as a rapper. You suck. You're terrible. Trash. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, Joe Budden has some nerve. Like I said, you the same dude that was arguing with Vivica A. Fox, rightfully so. But so let me get this straight: you had a right to defend yourself against Vivica A. Fox. So Michael B. Jordan don't have he don't have the right to basically remind a person of how bad they. People got to understand, brothers got feelings too. We men, we're not robots. Even though they trying to replace us with robots eventually, but I'm just saying, we men, we have feelings, we have a right to be bothered by stuff, like I said, but we the only ones that just supposed to sit up here and tolerate any type of disrespect that's thrown our way. Is you kidding me? And then you trying to sit up there and defend L'Oreal, a person that you had an issue with? And then talking about don't do that to the sisters and all this stuff. What about how bad you done treated the sisters? And first of all, L'Oreal ain't really black. She a damn Puerto Rican. And you know how those so-called black Hispanics like to play both sides of the fence. They black when they around blacks, but then when they ain't around blacks, they don't want to be black. Trust me, I'm in California. I work with a lot of Hispanics. They like you until they don't like you, or they like you when they around you. And then when they get around you, when they get from around you, they start talking about you in their language. Trust me. Like I said before, that's always been the thing. Anybody that know me, that's been on my channel, one thing about me, I stayed checking them. One thing about me, how I made my way around YouTube. When a lot of these channels, I ain't gonna say no names. You know who they are. When I first got on YouTube back in 2015, I just got on here just to talk about boxing, talk about some other stuff. Just talk about boxing. But I noticed a lot of these white boys, these Mexicans, these Asians was coming on here saying derogatory stuff about black people. And a lot of these elder statesmen that had been on here longer than me, they know who they are. They was letting them get away with that stuff. And I defended myself. I defended black people. To a certain degree, I didn't get nothing out of it because some of these dudes turned on me, but that's cool. That's okay. You know, that's real talk. I came on here checking these people. I came on here, hey man, I'm not gonna let no non-black talk about another black man on my channel. And a lot of these dudes was doing that stuff. They wasn't saying nothing, but then these dudes quick to talk about other black people though. These dudes quick to threaten other black people though. These dudes are always talking about what black dude they gonna pull up on, but then you got that dude, I ain't gonna say his name because I don't believe in giving nobody no free publicity. That Hispanic dude that be going on channel to channel, sitting up there, threatening people, talking about he was gonna urinate in somebody's daughter's mouth and all that kind of stuff, and ain't nobody called him out. But then these dudes will cry as soon as somebody black say something about them. These dudes say something about them, and then when they clap back, then all of a sudden they trying to snitch them down to YouTube, trying to get their channel taken away. Just like when they was letting that other cornball, that white boy, when he was sitting up there talking about everybody, calling black people the N-words and all that kind of stuff. Y'all wasn't getting at him, but y'all quick to argue amongst each other, threaten each other. Oh man, when I see so-and-so, I'm gonna pull up on him. One thing about me, when people was threatening me and they wasn't black, I was saying, hey, what's up? When that goofy cloud chasing Mexican used to come on my channel trying to cloud chase, when he was talking about he gonna do all this stuff, he gonna do that, and I had to, you know what I'm saying, and I had to pull out them, you know what I'm saying, them tools, let people know, bro, I'm from East Oakland, bro, for real. That's the difference between me and these other dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get on here cooning, and I didn't do. I'm like World Combat Sports. I ain't on here for views and all that kind of stuff. Because if I was doing what a lot of these other dudes were doing, yeah, I could have 100,000 views. But I stayed true to myself because that's who I am. One thing about me, I didn't tolerate that stuff. And anybody that knows me, that done been in my presence, that done interacted with me, I'm real with mines. I'm real with mines. So that's what I'm saying. I'm real with mines. Like I said, I didn't want no problems with nobody, but I would have gave him some problems. Because like I said, I'm the one that came here checking these clowns. And I sat up there like, man, why is all these black dudes sitting up here letting these non-blacks say all this stuff about black people and black fighters? Oh, okay, because you want the views, you want the YouTube money, you want all that stuff. So that means you a sellout. But then these is the same dudes like 10 years later. I ain't saying who they are. You know who these dudes are. These are the same dudes that's trying to question Crawford's blackness and all that kind of stuff and trying to question other people. But you sitting up there letting people insult you, insult your people. All us say, oh man, I ain't tripping off a dude. I ain't tripping off a dude. I don't care about dude. But then you calling me, or you talking to other people. Oh man, as soon as I see that black MN, oh man, it's on site. Oh, it's on. Oh, so it's on site with the black dude, but with the non-black dude, oh, I ain't tripping. Okay, make that make sense. But that's the mentality we have. Broken mentality that black people have. I love black people, love black men, love black women. That's real talk. I got love. Now I gotta be honest. I know people on here that don't like me. That's cool. I'm okay with that. I done said that before. As long as you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. If you see me, if you say you want to talk to me, either I'm gonna talk to you or I'm not gonna talk to you. One thing about me, I don't make no threats and all that kind of stuff. I'm past that stuff. Because I already didn't check these dudes' temperatures. These dudes that be doing all that huffing and puffing and stuff. Soon as you see them, they change their whole demeanor when you see them in person. Now, I ain't going to say nothing, but in New York, I had to explain something to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I had to let the dude know because he thought I was just some reporter or something. And I had to let dude know, and I said it in a polite way. Don't get it twisted, bro. I'm from the streets of Oakland. I'm from East Oakland. I'm from the Dubs. That's real talk. Had to let the dude know World Combat was with me. You know, I had to politely explain to him, bro, you know, be cool, bro. Don't get it twisted. Cause I'm with it. I'm with it. So, you know, but it got, World Combat was with me. Had to, I politely told him like, bro, you taking it out of content. It ain't like that. But bro, I'm really from the streets, bro. I'm not no reporter, bro. Okay. Be cool, bro. But we talked about it. It got squared away. No harm, no foul. But, if it would have went down, it would have went down. But, he was a man about it. I was a man about it. We spoke and it was cool. It got solved right then and there, still, it's cool. But yeah, getting back to Joe Budden's, man, dude, pathetic, man. He played himself, bro. He played himself doing that. That was some sucker stuff he did. How you gonna try to come after Michael B. Jordan, bro? And I'm talking about the hypocrisy was just the hypocrisy juice was you know what I'm saying? Was just like oozing out. Weak. Simping. Fake simping at that. Putting on a fake cape for what, bro? You just got through going back and forth with Vivica A. Fox, bro. You known for arguing with chicks. So how you gonna tell Michael B. Jordan he should have deal with you known for that? And like I said, dude, you allegedly got accused of beating up a pregnant woman till she had a miscarriage, dude. But you trying to talk about B. Jordan. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan, man. That was a G move, man. He stood up for himself and he checked her. Because she was clout chasing. That stuff give brothers complexes in school. When you trying to, you know what I'm saying? When you see the pretty girl and they making fun of you and all that stuff, making fun of your name. Oh, you ain't the real Michael Jordan. Cause his name Michael B. Jordan. He ain't Michael Jordan, but he Michael B. Jordan. Black women got to understand some of the psychological damage they do to us when you do stuff like that. Cause I could dig real deep into this. When you tell somebody, oh, you ain't the real Michael Jordan, your name Michael B. Jordan. So what? So what? They never think and think about the damage and how they hurting brothers when they say that kind of stuff. Oh, you're corny. You're corny. You're corny. You're corny. How is like trying to be like for real? How is educating yourself corny? How's trying to carry yourself in a respectable manner corny? For real. Like I said, black women don't have me fooled. And I'm not bashing my black sisters and all that kind of stuff. But I ain't calling y'all no queens because y'all don't refer to us as kings. Y'all refer to us as everything but y'all refer to us the everything but a king. So that stuff is out the window. You can take y'all bus to Dr. Umar Johnson's channel. You can go for that stuff. I'm gonna treat y'all accordingly. And at the end of the day, the best thing that black men can do for other black men is stop being scared. We gonna have to start calling people out. And like I said before, he didn't have to forget. He did need to give her a reminder. Look at me now. I was that corny dude that was like studying and acting, that had portfolio pics, went and got an agent, started on soap operas, ended up on The Wire, then was in the Hardball with Keanu Reeves, worked my way all the way up till I made my landmark performance in Fruitvale Station, which, by the way, everybody know the story of Oscar Grant, which, by the way, I'm friends with Oscar Grant's the mother of his daughter. So like I said, I lived through that tragedy that happened to Oscar Grant. Anybody that come to Oakland, I could take you to the Fruitvale BART station. And that was it. That was the role that put him on the map. And shout out to Ryan Coogler for casting him in that film. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. Real talk. That movie was shot entirely in my hometown of Oakland, except for the bar scene, even though where he got, unfortunately, where, he got taken out, they shot it at San Leandro station. They only had one scene that they shot at the actual Fruitvale station. So, but anyway, I'm just saying, he worked his way up. He worked his way up. He worked hard for what he got. And he should have been appreciated. Now all of a sudden he a millionaire. All of a sudden now black women feeling him. Now they checking for him. Now they worried about, oh, don't date white women, date us. But remember, he was corny. He was corny. Like I say, brothers, remember that kind of stuff. That's the stuff Dennis Rodman was talking about. And listen, I want to say something. I ain't telling y'all who to date. Y'all do you. I want the black family structure to stay together. And I want the black family structure to rebuild, regroup. But at the end of the day, we got to come to grips that we got some serious issues that we got to fix in our community. No community has been damaged more than the black community. That's real talk. Nobody has suffered more damage than black men and black women as a whole. But for real, at the end of the day, L'Oreal, what she should have did is when he said that, she should have said, "Well, you know what, Michael, I apologize." But women in accountability, like I said, it's like like I told you, women in accountability is like a disease. They don't want to catch it. She could have made it right then and there. But like I said before, she got humiliated. She got humiliated and she got what was coming to her. People got to stop doing that stuff. Like I said, a lot of our reactions to certain things is based off the reaction we get. And like I said, a lot of brothers got steered in the wrong way, and particularly by black women trying to impress black women. By black women saying, "Hey, oh, I like the dude that's riding in the Mustang." Remember, I'm finna show my age. Back in the day, the D-boy would wear the Fila suits and all that kind of stuff, and that was considered cool. Walking around with the Fila sweatsuits and all that stuff, and the gazelles and all that stuff. The dude that was trying to educate himself that ended up probably going to Clark and becoming a doctor. They didn't want them dudes. They was considered not cool. But the dude that had the Mustang on Trues and Vols, gold ones and all that stuff, that was the cool dude. You need to get that if you want to impress me and stuff. Like I said, you don't see, like I said, that's only in our community because of the damage that's been done from all the way to the welfare system, isolating and taking the black man out the house, and then brainwashing these women to getting them to believe that they better off without a man. And it went on from generation to generation to generation. And that's why some of these black women think the way they think, and that's why they so delusional. So there you have it. But yeah, Joe Budden need to sit down. He need to continue to sit down on that couch and do that show. But just stop trying to talk about Michael Jordan, because you made a fool out of yourself. You on the wrong side of history. You can't sit up here and tell nobody else how to react to a situation when you always respond to a chick. You always arguing with chicks. Like I said, you just got through cussing out Vivica A. Fox about a month and a half ago. But you trying to tell Michael B. Jordan how to respond to a situation and talk about that was corny, bro. If that's the case, you been corny. You corn on the cob, homeboy. You corn puffs. Goofy, light-skinned mother. Anyway, appreciate y'all tapping in. It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.